Good evening, guys. Today is the 9th of October. It's about 4 p.m. Pacific time. And the markets thought I'll do a quick coverage today for one of the stocks that showed up on the radar. Before that, just a quick check of the markets. The Dow Jones went up about 0.59 points percentage. So it looks overall just as if it is in the middle of an upturn. So you can see that this is a new channel that is forming. Looks promising. We got to be cautious. The market was good today, very strong today, given all the news on the macroeconomic, more importantly, actually, from a political standpoint. So glad that the market ended up where it ended up. So this is a good, strong market. On the SPX, S&P 500, we did even better, 0.63, still looking good after this. As you can imagine, we had very strong head and shoulders pattern that, there you go, let me just draw that for you guys. This is the right shoulder, then this is the left shoulder, and that's the head. And of course, you can see the neckline as well, which I will draw down a little bit. This is essentially the neckline. There you go, on this neckline. So it turned out okay, but we seem to be again on an uptrend here. Still too early, but I think it's promising, as I mentioned on Friday. And then finally, the NASDAQ actually did much better than both of those, going up nearly 0.39%, 52 points. Much stronger was actually the S&P more than the NASDAQ today, but still in a strong up channel. Seems like it's a good stock, good position to be in the market. Excuse me. The stock that I wanted to talk about today was Chicago Board CBOE Global Markets. It's a stock that showed up on my screen. Wanted to see why it is going higher and higher. Let's go through a 5-step process. Step number 1, we always start with our financials and income statement from an annualized perspective. Seems like the company is roughly about 17 billion in market cap, doing about 4 billion in revenue after some very good growth, 230% in 2017. That was pretty good. Slowed down quite a bit, grew again. So it's a little bit up and down in terms of its growth. But still, if you look at it from a longer term perspective, 2016 to 2022, it's gone up nearly 5 times, 5 to 6 times, somewhere in that range. So trailing 12 months is about 4 billion. The stock is, the company is profitable, 432 million it's about between 1% to about 5%, something in that range. The cost of goods is about 2 billion. So roughly it's about a $40 billion margin business. I'm sorry, before we go to the balance sheet, let's look at it from a quarterly perspective. It's actually gone up and then gone down. That's surprising given why the stock is hitting new highs, which is why it showed up on the radar. So this is a little bit of a yellow flag for me, but I've got to watch why it is doing what it's doing. Maybe it's just undervalued. $4 billion in revenue, 17 billion in market cap, 4 times is pretty high for a 50% gross margin stock and a 1% to 10% net margin stock. So if you look at it overall, from an assets perspective, they've got about $7.98 billion, or about a little bit less than that, 7.2 now billion, but net debt of about 1.7 billion if you include all the other covenants. So not bad, but still don't know why you need to get that good valuation. The price to earnings is 26, which is not high, but it's not low either. And price to sales is 4.4. On a gross margin basis, they're doing at 40-50% margin. Net margin is about 20%. So that's not a bad margin basis, if you will, as the reason why it's actually doing okay. So let's go through our technical analysis now. We always almost start at the monthly chart to look at a very long-term perspective. So it's been trending higher highs, higher lows. So this is a very good trending stock. There's been a couple of times when actually you look at it from this perspective. I can literally put a box around this and show you that it had a stage 1, a long stage 1, I would say. It's had a long stage 1 kind of consolidation period, if you will, during this stage. And then it's gotten into a new uptrend. So let's draw what that uptrend looks like from this bottom going through. And yeah, so this would probably be one line, not a perfect line. This could be another one, but closer to it, touch as many points as possible, probably closer to this line. And then let's draw another 10 line for the top. From this top, it seems all the way to here. So it's an uptrend line. This one especially looks very, very promising. 4 consecutive weeks of green candles. It's hitting new highs, all-time new highs. If you look at it, remember on the monthly chart basis, it's never touched this high. So it's got a lot of room to go upside, on the upside. And if you had to draw some good support and resistance line, this could be a good point of support where it is reversed. There's no real resistance line per se, except for where it is right now. So this could be formation of a new bull flag over here, which might be a good sign for us to see. Look at the personality of the stock. It hasn't had really a lot of, so this is one bull flag that you can see over here, went higher highs, broke through this resistance on a very good basis, 135 resistance, consolidated a little bit, moved up. So this is going to be probably a similar pattern. It's probably going to consolidate somewhere over here and then move up again, would be my guess. So let's go to the daily chart. On the daily chart, much cleaner pattern, much nicer. It's actually within the channel, doing exceedingly well within the channel, actually. If I had to draw one like this, it's cutting through a little bit, so not perfect, but I'll take it. This is the channel. Did a little bit of a stage one consolidation, and after that, it's done a very nice run up all the way into the high end of the channel. And if you look at it here, this is a nice bull flag pattern, did another move. So this is a long green candle. After earnings, it had a very beautiful green candle. You can see here, very good, not great earnings, but still it's done a good green flag pattern, so that bull flag pattern after earnings, and then consolidated, did a move up. So higher highs, higher lows. So what I think it would do is, it's got two good green flags going up, should consolidate somewhere in the 162 range. I would expect some kind of a support for it much higher than where it is right now. So should definitely be in the 157 range. 162 right now, 157 should be some kind of a support for it. It might consolidate somewhere over here and go up. That's what I would expect it to do. So if you look at it overall, let's draw a little bit of a chart. So it might do something like this is what my expectation is. It'll have a little bit of a flag over here. There you go, something like that. And then consolidate in this range and then move up. So consolidate in this range and then move up. That would be what I would expect from this stock. CBOE is the stock. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to follow this up with next few days to see how it's doing. But this looks like a good play if you want to be able to take a 1 week, 2 week kind of a movement. But more importantly, in this market, given how shaky the market is, I take smaller position sizes and keep a close watch on the stock. Thank you very much for watching.